Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to this episode of Real Talk with Amoi. So I am sitting with a friend of mine. His name is Kervin Rivera, and he is the owner of a fitness training company called Dominate Today. So I want to sit down with him and have a chat with him because I remember, well, first of all, I'll let you guys know how I know Kervin. We were actually in the same class together in second grade. And then we both went to the same high school. And then one day when I was at Seton Hall, I was on campus minding my own business, and I run into Kervin. I'm like, what are you doing here? Like, what? So he's basically been following me around my whole life. And then, you know, I saw on Facebook you were putting stuff about like Dominate Today, hashtag Dominate Today. I had no idea what it was. Saw some pictures, but I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know, whatever. And then one day another friend invited me down to the gym. She told me that Kervin was managing the gym. So I came and checked it out, did a workout class, and it was actually like really good. And afterwards, we had a small conversation, but it was inspiring nonetheless. And I remember you asked me first how life after Seton Hall has been. It has been a roller coaster. I've been up and down, and I feel like I've been down more than I've been up. But and then you also asked me what it was that I wanted to do and why I wasn't doing it. Like, what's stopping me? And I had to stop. I was like, that's a good question. Why aren't I doing what I want to do? What is stopping me? He told me about his journey, how he got started, and I wanted to share with you guys, and I'll be learning some stuff along the way too. Also, afterwards we'll be doing some key moves to get that summer body. I know everybody wants to get it and keep it right and tight. So Kervin's gonna show us some moves that we can do, you guys can do at home to get ready for summer. Okay, so let's start off. What is Dominate Today?
It's everything to me. It's life, it's work, it's career, it's passion, it's drive. It saved my life. It's what got me started. I woke up one day and I was in that, midlife crisis at 21.
Quarter life.
That's what I'm saying. Everyone goes through. I feel like everyone that's 21 is like basically you talk to them, it feels like they're going through a midlife crisis.
Exactly. Well, it's quarter life because 35 is midlife.
So I was hitting that wall as well. I had just figured out that my first dream, which was to become a baseball player, basically wasn't going to happen, and I came to the realization of that. So it was, what next? So I took a position here as a front desk employee at the gym about 1.5 years ago, and I started liking it. I started liking the fact that I can encounter with people that have goals, that have big dreams of losing weight and becoming healthier. And then it kind of went from there. And then one day I woke up and decided that was it. I was tired of going through life through the motions and just not appreciating the day. I think some people take for granted what we have ahead of us. I think people just take for granted the fact that, it's Monday, tomorrow's Tuesday, tomorrow's Wednesday, and don't, fully capitalize what they can do in that day. And I told myself that, that day I told myself I'm going to dominate every day. I don't care what comes my way. I don't care what happened yesterday. I don't care what obstacles I may face tomorrow. I'm just going to focus the here and now, and I'm going to take care of business. And if I do that every day, I'll be all right. And fast forward now, and I've been doing pretty good.
It was like, when did you realize like baseball wasn't going to happen?
I saved up $300 to $400, and after I graduated high school, it seemed like none of the local colleges wanted to give me an opportunity, so I wanted to start fresh. So I took a trip out to Oregon, and I started visiting different junior college campuses, telling them my story that I was a baseball player and I wanted an opportunity at their school. And so one school gave me a chance. So after 2 years there, I graduated, Dean's List, and I got accepted to, one of the toughest, and prestigious schools, in New Jersey, Seton Hall. And I went there and it didn't work out there with baseball. Then I chased my dream went to another school in Nebraska. Played there, did well, but didn't impress any scouts. And after I traveled to Nebraska and gave it my all, I kind of had that feeling like, okay, I gave it my best effort. I did everything in my power that I can do. It's just, God had other plans for me.
Okay.
I didn't know at that time what they were, but I knew they weren't baseball anymore. So
Okay.
kind of after I got done with Nebraska in school, and I came back home, I kind of figured like, okay, you know, it's time to close this chapter in my life and start a new one.
I hear you. Okay, so now you said, wait, did you say you were working like, oh, you said that you thought or you considered doing a regular 9 to 5 and working?
Yeah, I started here, you know, at 9 to 5, and then I became like, you know, a training director of a company here. And then it was just too hard. My emotions weren't all set into it. And then after that, I decided to just go for the 9 to 5 kind of thing and make a little bit more extra money. And I was doing well. You know, I had my finances straight. I was able to afford a car if I wanted to go out on the weekends. I had the money for it. But what I truly realized is that Sunday night was probably the worst time of all time because I knew Monday I had to go to work. And I hated that feeling. I hated the fact that I was 22 and I was like, oh my God, I gotta go to work.
Right.
Like, I gotta get up and do this.
Oh
and
gosh.
I'm like, this isn't life, man. This isn't the way it's supposed to be. You know,
Exactly.
From my understanding, you don't come back, you know, and you only got one life to live. So,
Exactly.
you know, why live making someone else's dream possible? If I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna go down in a fight for what I believe in, for what I want to do.
I hear you. I hear you. I agree. I agree completely. Yeah. Okay, so now what did you, like, how did you start off? Like,
so, you know, I was doing my 9 to 5, and then I figured, you know what, let me start a boot camp for free at a park and see how that goes. So, I started promoting it on Instagram and all these kinds of social medias. Started out with like 5 to 6 people. Mm-hmm. They loved it, and they loved the fact that, you know, at the end of it, I would always give like an inspiring speech for them to carry throughout the week. You know, something to motivate them, something for them to look forward to.
Like what?
It'd be anything. You know, I use different quotes, you know, and just talk to them about the challenges of the workouts that they went through. And I told them, hey, listen, most of you guys, when I said we were going to do this, you know, looked at me like it was impossible, but you got through it. You know, carry that on now with whatever you're doing. You know, there was a good quote, and I hope I can say it right. Do today what others won't, so tomorrow you can accomplish what they can. And that was the first quote I ever used to anybody. You know, and that means a lot to me because, you know, a lot of people say they want big things and want big dreams, but don't want to do it. Right. So, you know, do what somebody else won't do. You know, go above and beyond. You know, if someone gives you a task to do this, to do A, B, C, and D. You know, without being told, and see what comes from it. You know, stop living life and just trying to get by and do what you're told.
The minimum.
Yeah, exactly. Stop doing the minimum and try to do a little bit more and see what comes of it.
Okay. Okay, so now you own your fitness company.
Yeah, I own the fitness company. I'm also part owner of this gym.
Of the gym.
As well.
Okay. What challenges did you face, or do you even still face now?
I think that the challenges that I face, you know, before and now every day is, you know, staying motivated, staying creative, not being complacent. It's tough when you're young because a lot of the employees that I have here, for the most part, are all older than me. You know, so, you know, you have to carry yourself a certain way. You know, there isn't a time off, there isn't, you know, where you can just take, you know, turn off the button and, you know, kind of be yourself because you can't open up that window. You know, everything always has to be done professional, has to be done right. There's no days off. You know, if something happens wrong on a Sunday at 4 o'clock, you know, I was always in that position to call the person to come in. Now I'm the person they call, you know, to take care. So that's what I tell people. I mean, you may see the pictures on Instagram and you may see all the, you know, pool workouts and everybody writing the motivational, you know, devotionals to me about, you know, the workout, but they don't see the everyday grind.
Yeah, you only see like a snapshot.
The 14,
highlights.
Yeah, the 14, 15-hour day. I'm up at 6 o'clock in the morning to train a doctor at 6:30. I'm here till about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, you know, straight through training clients, doing my paperwork day to day, making sure the facility's clean, making sure, you know, the drinks are here, you know, the machines are well kept. So it's a lot, you know, and it's a lot of responsibilities. And you know, I lost some friends, you know, I've lost a lot of people that I'm very close with because I'm busy and I'm not the same person that I used to be. But, you know, when you're inspiring for greatness and you can taste it, you can see it, you know how to get there, all you got to do is do it, you know, it becomes tunnel vision. It's just,
Yeah, sometimes that's necessary. Unfortunately, like, I think we're reaching a part in our lives where you have to decide.
Workout, she'll
we're gonna get that cord,
we're gonna get that cord so she can balance herself a lot better.
So it's like we have to choose, like, what do you want to devote your time and energy to? And it's like, as much as you want to hang out with your friends and all that, it's just like you have a certain amount of hours in a day. You have a certain goal and certain things you want, and it's just like. So, are you the first entrepreneur in your family?
Nah, not really. My mom, she always worked in a hair salon, always worked for someone, and then she got an opportunity to kind of venture off on her own and start her own business.
Okay.
And she did. She opened up her own beauty salon, and she's the hardest worker I know, and that's what kind of pushed me. My mom didn't settle. She didn't come here in this country, not knowing any English and have no education background to being her own business owner, and having her own home under her name and things like that. That, if she can do it, why can't I? And her everyday struggles and her everyday consistency of pushing forward and working hard, it rubbed off. Not even me noticing it. I didn't even notice until I sat back and go, I'm a lot like my mother. I take, good examples from her. So she would be, the first entrepreneur in the family.
Okay. Do you have any mentors, like some people that you
I do. I have my one cousin. He's been there for me since day one. My parents split when I was at a young age. My father, tried his best to keep contact with me, but with him being in Puerto Rico and me being over here, it was really tough to have that father and son bond. But my cousin Joel has always been there for me. He had 3 kids, by himself, and got himself educated, and now is one of the biggest IT for a big car company.
Wow.
And a son of Christ, and he's always anything I've ever needed, anything I've ever wanted, he's always been there for me, lending a hand and encouraging me and telling me how great I was. And he always told me, listen, Kerv, you're the scariest person in the world when your back's against the wall, because you come out fighting, like you don't let anything get to you. And he always reminded me of that, whether I was in Seton Hall, while I was in Nebraska, when I was in high school, he always made me feel like I belonged, and I had so much more to give the world. And whenever I needed a phone call, he was there for me. And the father that I see he is, with 3 kids, and in urban city, and how he does everything for his kids, it's inspiring, because I know a lot of people that don't do that. So, and like I said, he's just always been there for me. A great guy, great father, great man. I think there's not enough of Joels in this world. Like, if I can be half the man he is, when I become a father, then I'll be well accomplished.
That's incredible. And you said something that he did encourage you and remind you of who you are.
Yeah.
Because and I've been there.
Yeah.
Believe me, I've been there. Like, I've been down on myself. I cry. I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah,
why isn't anything working?
I say it's all part of where we're going and what we have to accomplish. If my failures and the things that I went through, if I went through that, I wouldn't be able to appreciate what I'm doing now, and things like that. So it's a part of the process, like I tell clients from time to time, they get so emotional, they start crying and things like that. And I saw a very motivational video with somebody else that I keep close, tabs to what he does, Eric Thomas. And he said in a video, it's okay, you're crying, but don't let that get to you.
Right.
Just because you're crying doesn't mean I'm going to let you give in.
Right.
Okay, you're crying, now get something from that tear, get something from that. Yeah, from that frustration, overcome it, show it that you're better than it. Just because you're crying doesn't mean you have to not do what you want to do.
Right.
So about it. And if you're going through something, so what? No one cares.
Everybody goes through stuff.
Really, no one cares. Like, I could care. Like, I might tell you right now, like, oh my God, I feel sorry for you. But the moment I walk out this room and somebody tells me something's going on with the gym, I'm gonna completely forget about it.
Right.
And I think people paint that picture and want them to feel sorry. No one really feels sorry ever. No one ever feels sorry. Maybe at most your parents, but even them, when they get busy, they're gonna forget about it.
You'll be like, listen. I've done all I can. You got to figure this out.
Exactly.
I'm here to help you. If you can let me know how I can help you, I can do that. But don't cry.
I think if you're looking for pity, and I think if you're looking for someone to give you a handout because you've had it harder than someone else, then forget about it. Then close up shop and know that you're not going to become anything.
I can attest to that. Trust me, nobody's going to hand you anything.
No, it's not. When I went to Seton Hall, I figured that out. The tough way when I was trying to make the baseball team as a non-scholar athlete, and I'm not going to go into how everything went, but I basically felt as though things didn't really go my way and they weren't my fault, and I kind of cried wolf to a couple people, but what I noticed was everyone was like, oh my God, that's crazy. But anyway, so what are you going to do now?
Right, exactly.
So I'm like, wait a minute, you're not going to help me? You're not going to do something about it? You're not doing nothing?
You're not outraged like I am.
So that's when I noticed, like, okay, stop crying and get over it. Like I said, I'm a Christian. I believe in my faith, and I'm really into it, and everything happens for a reason. So if they close down that one door, that means you just weren't supposed to go in there. You're supposed to open another. And if you're going through some hardships, it's just prepping you, you know, for something else that you're supposed to go through bigger in life.
Right.
You know? Absolutely.
Okay, so we're going to get, because I'm getting kind of antsy, so we're just going to get into the workout moves. Kervin's going to show us some key moves that we can do.
Yeah, something very short and simple at home.
Ready.
Yeah, exactly. You know, maybe you can't get to a gym, you know, you might be a parent and things are tough for you, or, you know, you're crazy schedule. I mean, I suggest getting to the gym. There's no better place than like it. I try to do my own company at a park in a studio. It's just so difficult. You know, when you enroll yourself to a good gym, you know, with good personal trainers that actually care, it's the best way to lose weight and feel
like yeah, definitely. I was working out with a personal trainer once, and just like you said, first of all, my body, I pushed my body past what I thought I could do.
Exactly.
And I remember there was one time we were working on arms, and after we were done, he was like, you know, you just lift 90 pounds, right? I was like, what?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
like what? I did what?
There's no substitute for it, but you know, just in case you are that parent, you know, you are that college student where your life is hectic and you need something, you know,
to do
quick at your house, you know, just to kind of stay in rhythm. And when you do have ability to go back in the gym, you're not starting from day one. I got some cool tips for you guys.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Awesome. All right, so let's get into that.
All right. All right, so basically now what we're going to do is we're going to do a squat. It's a great fundamental workout. You know, it's great for the legs. You kind of want to be nice and balanced out. You want to be nice and comfortable. You want to pick a good spot on the ceiling where you can kind of, you know, keep your back straight and keep your posture going in a good direction. So once you pick your spot on the ceiling, you want to have your hands out in front. You want to drop your glute, you know, aka the booty, back in the bucket and go right back down. Boom.
And
so let's check out one down. Right.
How do I know that my phone is ready?
Okay, so you want to go back. Good, come up, and then see what you did right here, what you want to avoid.
Doing that.
Yeah, you know, so it's a very common mistake, exactly. So you never want to flex all the way up and put that tension on your knee. You want to keep it on the quads, and then remember, you only want to keep chin up.
Chin up. So just so you guys can see.
Yeah.
Not locking the knee.
Yep, looking up.
Okay.
And then here we go. You know, you want to get a little bit lower.
Okay, a little lower, like that.
Yep.
Till it hurts.
Obviously, you know, the lower the better. The lower, the more for action.
If it's too easy, then you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And then another leg workout that we want to show as well is lunge.
Okay.
So lunge is you want to kind of step forward, not too far, not too short, nice comfortable position. The more you do it, the more comfortable you'll get and understand. And you're going to step there, lunge down, come right back up, switch it up, go to the other side. And I'm going to have more do it, so come a little closer. Okay. And then you're going to lunge forward. Good. Remember, chin up, posture good. Good. Step forward again. Awesome. Now you're on the other side. Good job, good job. Nice and easy. You always want to keep your stomach nice and tight. Anything you do in any exercise, always want to work your core. No excuses. Good. And then you can always step forward. You can always stay right there in place and do 10 lunges as well. And that's another way to switch it up and do something different. You know? So like I said, those are some great workouts that you can do at home for your legs without needing any weights or anything. Trust me, you'll see results from it. And you always want to switch up the sets, switch up how many times you do it. Don't ever get into that whole routine, the whole 3 sets to 10, I'm done.
Okay.
You know, sometimes you 3 sets of 15, 20, 30. Push yourself. You know, switch it up until it hurts.
Until you can't feel your legs.
No, until you get to that failure point. You know, even me as a trainer, I try to push myself to failure every time. As far as for the upper body, if you're at home, gallon of water, you know, can of peas, can of peaches, as long as they weigh the same.
So you can use household items. Yeah,
you know, if you really can't get out and you're like, oh my God, I really want to get out and work out right now, but time, money is not really on my side. I got to do something about it. No excuses, you know. You know, 2 gallons of water that you have at home, you want to have them nice out in front of you. You want to go up nice and easy, and you want to resist them on the way down. Don't just let them come down or throw them down. Because that's actually the best way to work the bicep is actually the resistant part. But people, you know, tend to only worry about, you know,
up and they just.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, you actually take away from your workout. So, you know, step here a little bit. You kind of want to be up. And you want to go nice and easy going down. You know, kind of maybe count to like 3 or 4. You maybe go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then come back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's a great way to get an arm workout as well. Like I said, nothing beats, you know, like getting to a gym and being a good around environment.
And how many of those should we do?
You want to do anywhere from 3 sets to 10.
Okay.
You know, the minimum is over 10. You know, and after that, you kind of want to go and, you know, like I said, that's another good way of doing it. And abs, you know, you kind of almost do, you know, a whole bunch of things. You know, the biggest key with abs, but what I always suggest is making sure you go into the abs. So 3 sets of 10. Then you're like, you get up and you're okay.
Like, all right, I'm chilling.
You keep going until it's hard to breathe and your stomach hurts and you feel like you got punched in the stomach. You know, that's the key to agile.
Okay.
Like I said, maybe for me, 10 reps got my stomach tightened up. It hurts, then listen, do a job. But if you're at 10, you're like, keep going.
Keep going. The thing is though, what I noticed, and what you learn from working out can be applied to other areas of your life. Is first of all, you never know what you can do until you do it.
Absolutely.
And then it's like that moment when you feel like you just want to give in.
Yeah.
Like once you push past that,
it's amazing.
like that's where the transformation comes through.
That's where you start seeing results. And like I said, that has nothing to do with your physical features. It has from the neck up. That's all mental. It's just you pushing yourself, you wanting more from yourself, and then the mind will reward your body for it. Like I said, it always starts from the neck up. That's what's gonna get you in shape. The rest of your body is just filtering your thoughts.
Okay.
So the more positive you are, and the more you tell yourself I can and I will, the more the body's gonna respond to it. The more the body's gonna dominate.
Oh, the body's gonna dominate today, not tomorrow.
No,
not yesterday.
No.
Today. Okay, so thanks, Kervin, for talking with us. Thanks for sharing the tips working out. I'm gonna put all your information.
Cool, absolutely. Any questions anybody has, once you post my information up, feel free. We're always emailing people back and forth.
You guys are on Instagram?
Yeah, we're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We just started our YouTube channel. We're really motivational and things like that. So, like I said, check us out. Email us. We love to answer questions and we love to motivate people and things like that. So please bother us.
Right. Dominate today.
Time to kill, please.
Hashtag and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hashtag.
So yeah.
Spread the word.
Cool. And thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys are inspired. I hope that
you guys work out.
Yeah, I hope
watch this video. Work out.
Fit is being part of that list. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in, and until next time, it's been real. Cool. Thanks.
Not a problem. You're very welcome. This is fun.